Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we are beginning a new series called the Vaishnav Etiquette series. A very, very important thing that every devotee should learn. And we'll be referring to the Vaishnav Etiquette manual, which is published in our ISKCON centers. One thing when we're learning these Vaishnava etiquettes, one thing that we should have in the mind is all these etiquettes are only for me, not for others. So this is meant for ourselves to follow, not to see others who is following and who is not. If we are an authority of that place, then yes, we have to see all that, who is doing, who is not doing, and correct them. But then if you are just an ordinary resident in a place, or a member, a devotee, there is no question of we going and correcting people and things like that. It's just for us. It's not for judging others, who is following, who is not following, etc., etc. Therefore, Vaishnava etiquettes are meant for whom? It's meant for us, one's own self who is hearing, one who is speaking. Hope this is clear. So this is one thumb rule that we'll be following in the entire series of Vaishnava etiquette, that we will not be pointing to others learning these new things or learning these etiquettes, saying, oh, he's not following etiquette, she is not following etiquette. No, these etiquettes are meant for me. I am supposed to follow. So let's begin with the first etiquette. So when it comes to a Vaishnava, Vaishnava means clean. Cleanliness internally and cleanliness in the surrounding also. That's what a Vaishnava always takes care about. Because cleanliness is next to godliness. And Krishna would like to reside in the heart of that devotee who is clean, who is pure, who is full of mood of devotional service. So let's begin from the basic things which are there. The first one is when we wake up early in the morning. So what should we do? The first thing, as soon as we wake up in the morning, Srila Prabhupada says we should chant the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. There are some shlokas also from Srimad Bhagavatam. If we want to chant, we can chant that as well. There's one nice shloka which says, dhyeyaṁ sadā paribhava-ghnam abhīṣṭa-dohaṁ tīrthāspadaṁ śiva-viriñci-nutaṁ śaraṇyam bhṛtyārti-haṁ praṇata-pāla bhavābdhi-potaṁ vande Mahā-puruṣa caraṇāravindam. There's the glorification of Krishna, where very wonderful points are there. We can read it for ourselves. We'll put the reference in the description box also, so you all can refer that. So this is one of the shlokas which are recommended by senior devotees to chant early in the morning. We can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We can pay obeisance on the bed itself, remembering our spiritual master, chant Srila Prabhupada's Pranam Mantra, chant the Pranam Mantra of Gauranga and Nityananda, Panchatattva, Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. And that's how we get up from the bed. That's how we come down from our bed. And the first thing that we do before we step on the floor is we touch the floor and take the blessings of the Bhumi Devi, Mother Earth. This is the first thing that we do, as soon as we get up in the morning. Now when we get up, we are now outside the bed. Say we are sleeping on the mat. The first thing that we have to do is roll the mat. Roll the mat and keep it on one side, where we'll not be touching it again. If it's a mattress or something, then it has to be set right, proper, and then we leave the place. So now when it comes to Vaishnavas, we don't sit and drink tea, coffee on the bed. As soon as we get up, we understand that we are in a contaminated state. Because when we sleep, we are almost in a dead state, unconscious state this is. It's almost a dead state. Therefore, a devotee should understand that, I'm in a contaminated state, eyes are filled with dirt, mouth is stinking, even the entire body, is just waking up, from the unconscious state. The first thing that we should do is, from the room, we should go directly to the bathroom. And, we cleanse ourselves. So in this way, we wake up, from the bed and directly go to the bathroom to take bath. It's not about, we shouldn't roam around different places, go out for shopping, get something, this and that, then we do and take bath. No. Vaishnav means we get up and we enter the bathroom. Now, the question is, sometimes people ask how to take bath. That is also important. So one thing is there that when we take bath, we don't take bath nude. We cannot keep our body naked and take bath. Therefore, for all the Prabhujis, we put a towel across our lower part of the body and we take bath. So we will be putting water, soap, whatever, that towel will be there. And then with the dry cloth, a dry towel, we wipe the entire body and then again drape the dry cloth and remove the wet cloth and then wash the wet cloth and then put it for drying. So in this way, we see that while taking bath, we will not be naked anytime. Anytime. Therefore, it's very, very important that we understand that our senses are very strong. Therefore, Shastras say that one shouldn't see oneself also naked, which will trigger, various illicit desires. So, one shouldn't see oneself, naked. This first thing. Second is, while taking bath, obviously we are cleansing our body. We are putting soap and fragrant, whatever, soap and shampoo, water, etc. But then, along with that, one thing we have to understand is, that's external cleansing. Since we have got up from the unconscious, subconscious state, we have to cleanse our mind also. We have just got up from a dead state. Therefore, we have to chant the holy names, we have to chant different shlokas if you remember from Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. If you don't know any shlokas, no problem. Chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Panchatattva Mantra. That will cleanse us internally and cleanse us externally also. So in this way, we take bath by chanting the holy names and not being naked anytime. So therefore, two towels. Devotees always carry two towels. One is they drape it around and remove all the clothes and then enter the bathroom. And then with another dry one, they'll wipe their body. I hope this is clear. This is the first thing. Now the next thing is as soon as we come out from the washroom, the bathroom, the place where we have slept, as I said, we were in a dead state. Unconscious, subconscious, what state we don't know. So immediately when we come out, we sprinkle water in that place and then we wipe the place. If you have slept on a mat and we roll the mat right before itself. So we put sprinkle water and with a mop we wipe the place. Om pavitra apavitro va sarvavastagatopi va yat smaret pundarikaksha sa bhaya abhyantara suchihi. So remembering the Lord, we clean the place. We become pure and even the place become pure. Our body is also purified and our consciousness is also purified. This is called as taking bath. This is the bathing procedure and then cleaning procedure where we clean the entire place where we slept and now the place is also clean. Now what next is we have to wear clean clothes. Every single day we as devotees were expected to wear clean clothes. What do you mean by clean clothes? Every day the clothes should be washed. It's not that 2-3 days we wear the same cloth and then we wash it once in a week or something like that. No. Every day the cloth has to be clean. Say we are wearing dhoti kurta, every day it has to be washed. And every day we should be wearing clean clothes. This is regarding the clothes. So for men, we have to wear dhoti and then we put tilak on 12 places of our body. So we'll discuss elaborately on tilak in the next video. But at this point we can remember we should put tilak in 12 places, chanting the 12 mantras or 12 names of the Lord, which in turn, when we're putting, obviously makes the body auspicious, and along with that, since we're chanting the holy names of the Lord, we are also purified. Our consciousness is purified even more. This is putting tilak. So in this way, now we are ready. Now we are ready to go for Mangala Arati, we are ready to go for whatever work we have, whatever. So we are ready for that. Now many times this question is asked when it comes to cleanliness, that when all should I take bath? what are the different circumstances in which I'm expected to take bath? First thing is, number of times we are passing stool, that many times we have to take bath. Simple. Therefore, devotees, they go in their towel itself, for attending the nature's call, that is passing stool. And then after attending the nature's call, they take bath. Now this bathing need not be always with the soap and this and that, but we have to put water, because water is enough to cleanse oneself. That purifies, because water is one of the 5 elements, Pancha Mahabhutas, and it has the power to cleanse and purify the person. Now the question comes, why we have to take bath after passing stool? So anything that comes out of this body, especially gross like stool, so it has to be noted that the entire body gets contaminated. Because the skin that is there is common throughout. The skin is one organ. So as soon as as soon as the excreta comes out, so it touches the skin, some part of the body. So the entire body gets contaminated. So we have to take bath. So this is about taking bath when we pass stool. So if we go for 2-3 times, then yes, we'll be taking bath 2-3 times. That's what it means. So this is the first thing. Second, when we cut our nails, when we cut our hair, or we shave, so all this when we are doing, it has to be done in the washroom, and immediately we have to take bath. There is no question of roaming around, in that contaminated state. I hope this point is clear. Third, when we go to a crematorium, say, some person has left his body and has gone for his cremation ceremony. So when you go to a crematorium, it is expected that as soon as we come back, we have to take bath and change the clothes. And those clothes have to be washed. So in this way, these are the different times when we take bath. Now sometimes people ask this question, so washing hands and legs is not enough? Yeah, for these gross things it's not enough. But there are some activities that we do, just washing hands and legs are enough. Like for example, passing water. That's when you go to pass urine. So at that time, so we pass urine and then we wash our hands nicely and we wash our legs and we rinse them out. So these are 3 things that we do after passing urine. And then the next thing. So after honoring prasad. So before honoring prasad, we wash our hands and we take prasad. And after that, now we wash our hands, we wash our legs and we rinse them out. So in this way, after taking prasad, we wash our hands and legs and we rinse our mouth. So in this way, these are the 2 places where we can do that. Just by washing hands and legs and rinsing them out, we are considered pure in these situations. I hope this is clear. So which all activities we have to take bath and which all activities we are expected just to wash our hands and legs, and we can just proceed with our activities. Now sometimes people ask that, can I chant without taking bath? Yeah, that's possible, not a problem. Like say we have fever or it's very cold and we are not able to take bath immediately due to whatever health conditions. We can just rinse our mouth, our hands and legs can be washed and we can sit and chant. So there is no restriction as such, for chanting that we should take bath only and chant. So that's okay. That's expected and accepted. Now regarding which all places are considered as contaminated, because now we're talking about cleansing this body, cleansing the mind and cleansing the surrounding. So which all places are considered as contaminated? First place, the bedding on which we have slept full night, that is contaminated. Therefore, ideally, not sitting on the same bed, because when we have option, there is no question of sitting on the same bed, because we have taken bath and the bed is contaminated. So there is no question of sitting on the same bed and doing any activity. So we should be sitting on a different place, a pure place where we'll do our activities nicely. And even place matters a lot. It affects the consciousness. We always say this, externals affect internals. So we have to take care that we don't sit in the contaminated places and do various devotional activities or even material activities for that matter. So we should have a separate thing to sit and work. So there's no question of sitting on the same bedding on which we have slept. Second thing is our clothes. So at night, whichever clothes we have worn, so those clothes are contaminated. So those clothes have to be washed. Ideally, immediately if we can wash, it's okay. Or we have to keep it in a place where we don't touch that. So those clothes are contaminated. And the third thing is the place where we take prasad. So now say we are sitting and having our prasad. So after we get up, that place is contaminated. Jhuta in Hindi we call it as. So that place has become contaminated. So if we have the facility, then immediately we should put sprinkle water and mop that place nicely. If it's a table, then we mop the table or we clean the table very nicely with water and cloth. So in this way, we purify these different places. We purify these places so that the place becomes clean now and we can go ahead and do our devotional activities. So in this way, we understand that how we become contaminated in various times, when all to take bath, when all to wash our hands and legs, and which are the different places that we should keep it clean. These are few things, which we have discussed and which are mostly the major things, which comes in our day-to-day life. But then when it comes to cleansing of consciousness, what about that? Because we have discussed external cleanliness, body and the surrounding. But what about cleansing of the mind? Cleansing of one's consciousness. By chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one cleanses one's consciousness. Therefore, every day Srila Prabhupada has made this mandatory rule that every day, every ISKCON devotee should chant minimum 16 rounds in the morning. Okay, due to whatever reasons we are not able to chant, at least majority of the round should finish in the morning. And then, that is one, chanting of the holy names of the Lord, singing various bhajans in glorification of the Lord, reading the glories of the Lord from Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. This also cleanses one's consciousness. Very nicely in Gita Mahatmya it is said, Maline mochanam pumsa jalasnanam dine dine sakrut gita amritasnanam samsara malanashanam. So every day we take bath, jalasnanam dine dine. We cleanse our body nicely with soap and water and all that. Every day we do that. Similarly, the mala that has got accumulated, the contamination that has got accumulated in our consciousness, how to cleanse that? And this Gita Mahatmya shloka, it says, by reading Bhagavad Gita shlokas, by implementing that in our day-to-day life, what is happening? Samsara malanashanam. Our consciousness is getting purified. So in this way, our internal is also getting purified. By chanting the holy names, glorifying the Lord, reading the glories from Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. And we speak those glories, when we are preaching or when we are giving a class or helping someone, in spiritual subject matter. So in this way, our consciousness also remains clean. Yes. Along with that, one point which I would like to highlight is our dealings also should be clean. So, be it, it's an elaborate topic. I'm just giving some highlights here. Like for example, some money transaction. So that has to be clean. There's no question of any hypocrisy in that and dealing with black money, this and that. So that's all not something which Vaishnavas do. So it has to be clean transaction that happens. And one has to be simple in the heart and accordingly behave externally also outside. So there is no question of being a hypocrite, because hypocrisy is another form of contamination that is there within. So our dealings, should be straightforward. We'll discuss on these topics elaborately in the future videos about dealings and other things. So in this way, our various dealings that we have with people around, or various transactions that we do around, various things that we exchange, all that has to be pramanik, dharmic, clean. So this is cleanliness. So in this video, we have discussed external cleanliness, internal cleanliness, and the cleanliness of the surrounding. And when such cleanliness is maintained, that person can be called as a Brahmana. Because Brahmana is always clean. Shuchi is the quality of a Brahmana, cleanliness. And this cleanliness is something that keeps the person in the mode of goodness. Because always we have to remember one thing, that we cannot practice bhakti in the mode of ignorance or passion. Because the mind will run here and there, and it's very difficult. Therefore, it's very important that we understand that cleanliness that we have discussed now, that keeps us in the mode of goodness. And in the mode of goodness, we can take off to pure goodness by practicing devotional service. Because in this platform of goodness, the mind will remain in goodness. The intelligence will work properly and will be able to discriminate between what is right and what is wrong, and take proper decisions in our spiritual life and our material life, which will affect in our day-to-day practice of devotional service. Therefore, on the Mode of Goodness platform, we have to or maintain Mode of Goodness platform so that our practice of bhakti goes on very nicely, consistently every single day. I hope this etiquette is very clear. Again, the thumb rule of the etiquette is mentioned. Thumb rule is that all these different things that we have heard now is meant for my own self. It's not meant for others. It's meant for me. If others are not doing, I have nothing to do with that. Only if I'm authority, I can go and correct. But if I'm not an authority, why go and tell anything? So I'll just do my thing properly because I want to be a nice Vaishnav. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.